Good morning, guys, and welcome to a new vlog. So somebody mentioned that they were missing my vlogs and the fact that I haven't vlogged. They wondered, where are you at? So here we are with a vlog. I am currently getting ready to go get breakfast with my tiny human. It is Saturday morning, March the 2nd, and this is the first vlog of 2024. So that, just get all that out of the way. Where have I been? I have been reading House of Flame and Shadow. That is literally where I've been. And I'm not doing any spoilers or anything, but honestly, I have not wanted to discuss it. My partner brought it up that usually I am all about talking about my books, especially one that I was super excited for because I did the pre-order for it and was so excited, like stupidly excited for it. My pre-order got canceled because Amazon tried charging me twice, and like there was a $30 charge that I could find on my credit card history that they say they have no record of doing. And so anyways, I basically wasn't gonna get the book because I just didn't have it extra that paycheck, and that's why I did it back last March when I got my income tax. And so instead of me keep stressing about it and figure out where I was gonna get the extra money and all that, she ordered it for me. So I was so excited. I got it the Friday it came out, and I have 100 pages left now, and it's March the 2nd. So it's taken me over a month. And so she was just like, you haven't discussed it any. That's not like you usually. Like, I'm hearing about it all the time. You haven't said anything. What's going on? And so I kind of explained to her my feelings, and I'm not going to bore y'all here with them, but just basically it's not going the way I wanted it to. My mirror needs to be clean, sorry. And it's not what I wanted it to be. And I think a lot of us are feeling that right now, that what we were hoping for, what we were praying for, what we have theorized about, and almost conspiracy theory at this level, at this point, is not what we're getting, and it's a disappointment. And so I've been taking it a little bit slower because I'm aware that's how I feel and that's what's going on. That I got to the conspiracy level like everyone else, watching everyone's conspiracy level or conspiracy theories and all everything, and then it wasn't where I had spent hours of my time thinking it was. So yeah, that's that. But I have 100 pages left, so I'm almost done, meaning I'm going to be in the mood to film vlogs again because I want to talk to you about what I'm reading, and that'll be great. The other thing I'm currently reading and have been reading for about a month is The Silent Patient. And that one, no one told me the beginning had such powerful quotes and that it was going to hit me right in my motherfucking feelings. No one warned me of that. No one warned me that this therapist is not okay. And that the beginning, if you are in a growth period of your life and you have struggled with toxic exes, or have struggled with a toxic exes or toxic relationships, that this book may hit you in your motherfucking feelings. No one warned me of that. No one thought to tell me, hey Destiny, you might want to pick that one up because it may hurt your feelings. But I digress. It has hurt my feelings and I'm moving on from it. But with it hurting my feelings, it's just making me take it slower because I'm annotating like crazy. Because the quotes in this one, man, if the ending is as wow as it has been for everybody else, I will probably pick up the next one he had, like his backlist, because I'm curious at this point. But that's where that is. I just wanted to give you a little vlog update. I'm currently, like I said, getting ready to go. Tiny and I are gonna go get breakfast. It's just now 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. I have plans for the weekend, which I'm excited for. So my lovely better half is taking me for Korean barbecue tonight, so I'm real excited about that. Ollie is going to visit her Gigi and her Uncle Billy, which she loves doing. My father passed away 5 years ago, question mark. I'm really bad with dates, but he passed. And when he passed, my grandmother did not want us to become strangers. We were really all she had left of him, me and my younger sister. And so now I made the vow when I was pregnant with my tiny human that she would get to know not only my mom's side of the family and not only her aunts and uncles if they get married and stuff, but she would also know her Gigi and her Uncle Billy, my dad's family too. And I had been determined, and so starting at the first of this year, every first weekend of the month, she goes to see Uncle Billy and Gigi. So wherever the first lands that weekend of that week, she goes. So this week, it just happened Friday fell on the 1st. My grandmother does bingo every Saturday, and so I was dropping her off on Friday night. She stayed all day Friday night, and then I come and got her on Saturday morning before she went to bingo. February, we did all weekend. She went to bingo with Granny, and she did so well. But the rule for bingo, the bingo hall, is that you have to be 5 to come in. So they won't let Ollie in because she's only 2.5. So I am taking her this afternoon when Granny gets done with bingo so that she gets her time with Ollie Bug and she gets to build a relationship with my daughter. That is something I think that we don't talk about enough as a society. My better half and I talk about it all the time because she gets her Mawpaw weekends. And she's gotten her Mawpaw weekends forever now. One of us, I try to make sure every month she gets a Mawpaw weekend. No matter what's going on, no matter how I'm feeling, how she's feeling, whatever, she gets a Mawpaw weekend with our little one because her relationship with our daughter is separate from her relationship with me. And I think that is seriously something we as humans don't talk about. You should have a relationship with your children that is independent of your spouse or partner or whatever. And they should have a relationship with your children that is outside of you. I think that's where a lot of co-parenting troubles come in, and where a lot of parents have trouble with co-parenting because they can't get past the fact that their relationship with that person has ended. Your child's hasn't. That is their parent. And all you're doing when you separate them and talk bad about them and all of that is damage the relationship they have with that parent that they deserve to have a healthy one with. I don't care if that man was an awful partner to you. That does not mean he's an awful father. Those are two separate things. And just because he can't stand your ass does not mean he doesn't love his child. I'm just saying. So while you out there fighting with him about what girl he's seeing and what new girl he has in his life, that's really none of your business as long as he's taking care of his child and doing what he's supposed to for your child, for y'all's child. So my daughter, I have ensured she has relationships with all her family members outside of mom. Just because mama don't talk to them or mama's not around them doesn't mean she doesn't get to see them. My mother keeps her every day for me while I'm working. As you know, my grandmother gets her one weekend out of the month. Her Mawpaw, they do a Mawpaw weekend where it's just the two of them, one weekend out of the month. I drop her off, I come home, do what I want to do, I go back and pick her up. That is just the thing. I get a break. And that's the other thing. You as a mother do need a break, and you need to have a relationship with yourself. So having a weekend away from the kids is not a bad thing. Honey bun, let me put that out there. It is not a bad thing. It is a good thing. It does not make you a bad mom that you do not want to spend all your time with a little crotch goblin you pushed out. That does not make you a bad parent. That makes you a great parent. To give yourself that time to understand what you're doing and understand who you are and get to know yourself makes you a better parent because you have more emotional bandwidth to deal with that little crotch goblin. And when that little crotch goblin sees you taking care of yourself, sees you taking breaks and taking time for yourself, and you explain to them, look, you're going to stay with whoever for the weekend. Mommy's going to have some mommy time. And I will be out to pick you up on Sunday or whatever. they say, okay, cool, so it's okay for me to want time for myself. It is okay for me to have that boundary up, even if it is with mom, because mom did it, I can do it. And it makes a world of difference with them. But let me put this out there. Make sure you tell them what you're doing. Their little brains do work better than they ever do in infancy and toddlers are smarter than most adults. But they also don't have experience with that available brainwave, basically. So if you're not explaining, hey, I will be back at X, Y, and Z, they're gonna think you're just leaving them. So make sure you're telling them, hey, I will be back here, and make sure you keep your word. I have been doing that with Ollie since she was literally big enough for me to talk to, aka when she came out of me. I always told her what I was doing, where I was going, what I was about to do. So if she's in the bath and says, Mama, I want juice shoes, I said, okay, baby, come here. I'm gonna get you out of the bathtub. Stand right here. I'll go get your juice shoes. And she'll just start bawling. The first time I did it, she started bawling because I didn't explain. I was like, baby, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go grab your juice. I'll be right back. Oh, okay. And she stopped. And now when I walk out of a room, she doesn't even react. Half the time, she does not react at all. She literally is just like, okay, Mom will be back in a minute. Because I've always said, I'll be right back. And I am always right back. I usually give her a time. If she's feeling really clingy and wants a hold of me and she has to go with Mimi, I always tell her, okay, baby, you're going to go with Mimi. I will see you as soon as we get off. I will talk to you on lunch. And so she knows when I finish my lunch and I get back in my playpen and I'm all sleepy, I'm going to get to talk to Mommy. And then Mommy's going to come get me after we go back to Mimi's for a little while. Like, she knows the routine now because I have told her for so long. And anytime I leave her anywhere, I say, okay, baby, I will see you tomorrow. Or I will see you in 2 nights. And she knows Mommy's going to be back because Mommy always is back. Mommy always keeps her word. And if I don't keep my word, I'm unable to keep my word, I tell her, hey, baby, we're not going to be able to do that today because of X, Y, and Z. That's something you need to do with your kids. None of my rambles. So, welcome to the vlog. I will see you on my next clip. We're going to go get breakfast.
Yes.
You could have warned me.
And no. You don't like it?
I don't know.
It's the text. Some people, because they're texture people, they don't know. You don't like it?
Welcome back to the vlog. So it is currently Monday at about 12:20. I am on lunch from work and I am sitting outside the library because I had 2 books come in on hold. I have the Merciless ones and the Eternal ones. So I have the rest of the Gilded One series. I will be picking this up. I've already started the first page of this one because I could not wait. Yeah, I'm so excited. My library did not have them, and so I requested them and they ordered them, and I'm excited. Really, really excited. But thought I'd catch y'all up. I have not finished House of Flame and Shadow. We did go to the Korean barbecue. We also went along the like little Asian shops and stuff, so that was a lot of fun. You have just seen all the B-roll from that. It was so good. I like kimchi. I really enjoyed the kimchi, and I enjoyed the Oh, my brain just stopped. The pork belly. They did a Korean pork belly. They soaked. Oh my god, it was so good. I'm headed home to eat lunch and grab my milk bread because I've become obsessed with milk bread right now. It's so good. It's not like any bread I've ever tasted. I will probably go back to get more because I can only imagine like a spicy sandwich. But yeah, so there's that. I just wanted to update y'all real quick about what's going on, what I'm reading, everything. I've not picked up any books for this morning. Like usually I listen to audiobook while at work. I haven't. I've been watching Jessie Curran's stream she did. It's a 6-hour stream of just getting productive work done together. I've been watching it because I am trying to get some stuff done. I've been writing a blog post and just work stuff, actual work stuff. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I will check in with y'all hopefully later tonight. We will see if I finish House of Flaming Shadows. I definitely will check in. But I'm gonna try to check in and just, update y'all. Also, I need to show y'all my new art project. I'm gonna put that in next. I'm building my better half a flower out of wood, and I got the first flower done last night, and oh, she's beautiful. It took me a while and it was tedious and I loved every minute of it. So I will show y'all that and I will see y'all here in a little while. Good morning, guys, and welcome to this vlog check-in. So I literally just finished House of Flame and Shadow 2 minutes ago. So I read a lot last night. I read about 115 pages last night, and then this morning I had 5 pages left. I couldn't keep my eyes open, so I thought, why not just go ahead and finish it this morning. So I stood here before I turned the camera on and finished it. I'm giving it 4.5 stars. I'm not going to talk too much about my thoughts because there's obviously opinions wild on the internet. But I wasn't going to give it a high rating at first, and I may drop that rating once I've had time to sit with it. I don't think I'm going to. I found the ending 30-40% saved this book for me. I think that we come to understand a little more of what's going on in the world. We learn a little more about everything. We didn't get all the answers I wanted though. And I think that's why I'm hesitant to give it 5 stars, because I didn't get the answers I wanted. And I think a lot of my hesitation to talk about it, my hesitation to pick it up, and all of that come from the fact that we as a fandom, I'm including myself, we as a fandom hyped this up so much in our heads and made so many conspiracy theories about what was going to happen, how it was going to happen, all this, that when it came to the real thing, it was never going to live up to our expectations. It just wasn't. This book, upon reflection, upon finishing it, this book was not meant to be an ACOTAR book. It was not meant to be another ACOTAR book. So I'm understanding why we didn't spend as much time with Nesta and Az as I thought we would. I understand why we didn't get to see all of our lovely characters, like our babes, our darlings. We didn't get to see them as much because this was never an ACOTAR book. This was a Crescent City book. So of course we're going to spend most of our time in Midgard with Bryce, with Hunt, and their story. This was never going to be an ACOTAR book. Now, according to what I have heard via the internet, who knows if this is right, we're supposedly getting another ACOTAR book next, and then one more Crescent City. I thought Crescent City was a trilogy. I thought we were done. Upon finishing it, I have questions, and if she doesn't write another Crescent City book and just leaves those questions kind of hanging, I'm gonna say that's Mass's MO, because I felt that way with Throne of Glass. We never got an answer about Manon. We don't know what happened to her. We don't know what transpired there, even though she was a huge part of that book. I felt like Mass didn't care. Aylin's story was done. She was done. So I'm worried that now that I finished House of Flame and Shadow, Bryce's story's done. Mass is done. and they're her holes, and I want her to fill them those holes. I want more lore. I want more world building. I want to know, how did this happen? The last thing that happens in the book. How did that happen? Where did they come from? Can you tell us, please? Can we see our characters, right, struggle with this? That would be fun to watch. But I have a really sneaky feeling in my heart of hearts that that's not going to happen. That she wrapped Bryce's and Hunt's story in a pretty little bow, and she's done. Because that's what she did with Aelin and Throne Glass. After it was wrapped in a pretty little bow for her main couple, her main character, she was done. And other than a few hints, she's not revisited. I'm not going to give you more than that because I don't want to spoil it, but she has not revisited, minus a few hints here and there. So I don't think we're ever going to get an answer to what happened to my darling, or any of that. I don't think we're ever going to know what really transpired there, because Mass is not interested in going back there, and that is her right as an author. And it's our right as a reader to say, okay, I'm not reading any more of your books because you do not give me the endings I need. And that's our right, and that's our... Yeah, that's our right. I was going to say something else, but that's our right not to want to read anymore because it's not giving us the endings we want. But who knows? I could be wrong. We could get the next book in it, answer all the questions I'm having, and wrap everything in this beautiful bow, and I'm gonna have to eat these words, which I will be fine with. But I have a really, really bad feeling I'm not gonna have to eat these words. This is what's happening, because this is what happened with Throne of Glass. But I would like some answers, and I don't mean answers in a way of like a fan, not like almost like a Comic-Con. That's not what I'm looking for, but like a author's questionnaire kind of thing where they're like promoting the book and fans get to ask questions and she answers them there. I don't want that. I want it in a book, please and thank you. I want to see Mor's story. I had hoped that her and Bryce would have got to meet. And again, upon reflection, I understand this is a Crescent City book, not a ACOTAR book, but them meeting would have been wonderful. I think. Oh, I can't think of Bryce's mother's name. It just flew out of my head. It starts with an E. Her mom was literally healing childhood wounds. That's what I'm gonna say because I don't want to spoil it. I'm giving a few spoilers here, but I don't want to spoil. I think that was amazing and a little bit healing to watch. That interaction and like how they reacted to her. That was adorable. That was adorable. But I am seriously kind of concerned that we're not gonna get more of a wrap up. We're not gonna get answers. That this is what you get. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit kind of thing. But what are we on to next? So I am 120 odd pages through The Silent Patient. I think I told you about this last time I updated while doing my makeup. It had hit me in the feels and I didn't know it was gonna do that. No one decided to warn me. So I am planning on, hopefully, depends on how my day goes, finishing it today. And then we're moving on to the Merciless Ones. I got it from the library yesterday, which y'all saw, and I'm excited to start it. So I will be picking that up. And then I like to have one that I'm reading from the library that I'm not annotating. Sorry, try not to put this in front of your face. And that'll probably be the Merciless ones. I'll probably take notes, but I'm not gonna like detail annotate it like I did Foxglove or Belladonna. So I'm gonna need to pick up one to annotate. And your girl's kinda in the wind of what I wanted to do. I have the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin that I thought I might pick up, because it is another Black fantasy, which I have been devouring lately. But I also have from the library N.K. Jemisin's short story, and I can't remember what it was called, but I saw books and somebody talk about it, and my library had it available, so I checked it out, and that one my Kindle will read to me. I also have Fifth Wave, the second and the third one of that series. I started listening to the second one yesterday on my way home, so I got like 10 minutes in, that I want to finish today. So we will see what I get done. I honestly have not been, I'm not used to talking about what I'm reading, so it's taking my brain a second to go, oh yeah, we have that one started. Oh yeah, we started that one. Oh yeah, we started that one. I also have The Mayor of Maxwell Street that I would love, absolutely love to start. So I may pick that up as my, sometimes makeup does not make up. It just doesn't, and it does not like you. It does not want to do what you need to do. We're going with it. I'm done. I also have Mayor of Maxwell Street that I got from the book of the month last month that I would love to start. It may turn into be my annotating book, because yeah, I liked having one at night that I kind of like dissect. Right now, if I don't finish Silent Patient, that's going to be Silent Patient until I finish it, because again, no one told me it was going to hit me in my mother hubbing feels. And I have been marking quotes this entire time. Like, and it may be because I have a psychology background. Psychology has always interested me. The way the human mind works has always interested me. So that may be the, like, pull for the Silent Patient. But your girl is in it for it, and I want more. Like, I want to understand. So that's that. Makeup is pretty much done. Not looking bad this morning. Some mornings is better than others. I think that's just life, to be honest. So yeah, I finished it. I loved it upon finishing it, and it took me a hard second to go, what did I just read? Let's try to break this down and understand, what did I read? Because at first, your girl wasn't feeling it. My better half made the point of, you haven't talked about it. You always talk about your books, and you've not talked about this one at all. So I don't think you're feeling it as much as you want me to think you are. And I was like, not. And kind of explained to her, and it's nice to get it out, because I didn't want to do that on camera. And so doing it with her, with someone who has not read the books, kind of made it better. So there you have it. That's how I'm feeling at the moment. So yeah, I will come back to you later on today at some point and tell you what I decided to pick up, what I'm reading, what I'm not, and yeah, we will check in then. But for now, it is 7:32. My mother should be pulling up any minute to get my tiny human, and your girl gotta go to work. I don't wanna, I really don't, but I do. And I get to get coffee, because my coffee's waiting on me, so I'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye guys. Hi guys, and welcome back to the vlog. So, we're doing a night check-in because your girl got sick. Yay. I'm not sure what I have going on. It could just be my allergies, but I feel like absolute garbage. I have a runny nose, my throat hurts. It's not a fun time, but we're not here to talk about how I feel. We're here to talk about books. We're doing a late night check-in because I didn't check in this morning. I just felt awful. I just wanted to get my face done, get out of the house with the baby, and that's what I did. So here we are doing a late night check-in, which is a good thing because yesterday I had not read anything other than my audiobook. So I finished the sequel to The Fifth Wave. I think I gave it 3.75. Sick brain, can't think. But it was good, but I mean, it was nothing to write home about. It was an okay book. So a 3-star felt pretty good for it, and then it did make me want to go on to the third one and like finish the trilogy, so that's where that 7.5 came in. I have started the third one and I am almost done with it. I think the story arc of this trilogy is a really good one. It's very interesting. If you've not heard of The Fifth Wave, it is what happened when the aliens just showed up. The mothership, we can see it from Earth. It's up in the sky like we can see it, and we're freaking out. There have been tsunamis, there has been a plague, and now we're following teenagers, and they're the last ones alive. And things are just kind of taking off from there. So that's what that is. Like I said, I have almost finished the trilogy. I have literally like, I think an hour, well, maybe 2 hours left of the audiobook. I'm doing it at 3.5 speed, so I think I have 2 hours left, which should take me like 30 minutes to finish, so it won't be that long. So I'm excited about that. And then this beautiful thing here, I have 100 pages left. I don't know where this is going. I have 125 pages left. So if you've never heard of The Silent Patient, this follows a psychologist, which I cannot remember his name because we're in his POV the entire time. Did it on the back? Yes, okay. So Theo is a psychiatrist. No, psychotherapist, excuse me. He is a psychotherapist who has been interested in this case. This case follows Alicia. Alicia is a silent patient of a mental asylum in London. She murdered her husband. She shot him in the face. Trigger warning for violence, but she shot him in the face and now refuses to speak. And Theo is running around trying to figure out why is she not talking, what happened, what led up to her shooting him, why won't she speak. And it has a little bit of a detective feel to it because Theo is really playing amateur. That's what I'm looking for. Theo is playing amateur sleuth to try to figure out what happened, what's going on. We get POVs from Theo when he's meeting different people in Alicia's life, him treating Alicia, their sessions and things. And then we're also getting chapters of Alicia's diary. And that's really interesting, like to see, okay, what led up to this? Because this is what we're reading basically. I have theories. I think they're all wrong, but we shall see. I've heard the ending made people go, what the did I just read? Like, they were shocked and it was good, and like it had a really good twist, so I'm excited to see what I think. I'm a little concerned with as many thrillers as I've read and newer thrillers I have read that this won't be as shocking as it was. This came out in 2019, so I'm a little concerned that other authors have read this, thought his twist was so good, and have done it before, and I'm gonna see it, like, it won't be as shocking because I have read it before kind of thing. That kind of happened with Seven Strangers, I believe, question mark. I think that's the name of that book. I'm gonna try to put it by my head. I read it last year, and knowing which Agatha Christie book it is based on ruined it for me because I had read that one first and then went to that because it's what was recommended, and I wish I had never known that it followed that particular Agatha Christie because I knew who done it. I knew who done it when they said which one it was related to, and I'm not saying it now because if you've never read it and you've never read that Agatha Christie, I don't want to ruin it for you like it was ruined for me, just because I did research before. So I like to go in books blind, but I have 125 pages of that. So I'm fixing to sit here and finish this. I already know I am. I have a drink because honestly I just needed a chill out. I'm drinking a Simply Spiked Kiwi Peach. I don't know how I feel about that. I have tried the peach, the mango, and the strawberry, and they're really good. So I have faith for the kiwi, but kiwi and peach is not two flavors I thought of putting together. So I'm gonna finish this. And you may be asking yourself, Destiny, what are you picking up next? Audibly, I need to make sure my Kindle is charged because I want to pick up, I have an N.K. Jemisin non-fic that I want to pick up and finish tomorrow. And I'm gonna let my Kindle read it to me. It's supposedly short. So I want to let my Kindle read it to me. I have still anything else I have checked out from the library. So we'll probably do a library scroll at some point tomorrow and check out a couple audiobooks for the rest of the week. I may try to take it all with me and do like a screen recording thing. We shall see. But for as far as physically, I am going to definitely am picking up a library book, but the one that I want to focus on annotating is The Mayor of Maxwell Street by Avery Cunningham. This is a, I don't know, I know it's historical. I'm not sure more than that. It says the year is 1921 and America is burning. A fire of vice and virtue rages in every shore. Chicago is becoming its beating heart. Nellie Starr is a daughter of the wealthiest Negro in America, whose affluence catapulted his family into heights of black society. After the unexpected death of her only brother, Nellie becomes the premier debutant overnight. But Nellie has aspirations beyond society and influence in but Nellie has aspirations beyond society, influence, and marriage. For the past year, she has worked undercover as an investigative journalist, sharing achievements and tribulations of everyday black people living in the shadow of Jim Crow. Her latest assignment thrusts her into a den of a dangerous vice lord, the so-called mayor of Maxwell Street. So I cannot wait to pick this up. It was my book of the month for last month. I had already put it down as like an anticipated read that I wanted to read this year. So knowing it came in my book of the month subscription, I'm so happy about it. Yeah, and I love the little, like the 1920 details. I love it. It does give me like Diviner vibes because I think that one was done so well. So I was just reading this little note in the beginning here. You can't really tell. There's a light behind you, so you're not gonna be able to read it. But basically it's just warning you that words like Negro and colored are used in here for historical accuracy. This is written by a black author, so I don't see an issue with it. I'm excited to pick this up. But going from there, I have three to choose from for my library read. And what I'm planning on doing right now is finishing this and then automatically going into these three and doing a trial chapter and figure out which one I'm most interested in. So here we go. The first one I have is Everyone Who Can Forgive Me Is Dead by Jenny Holdener. This one is a thriller. I don't know more than that. The title really got me. That's why I checked it out. And that's what I love about the library. It's free. So it's there's no risk in picking up something just because the cover interests me or the title interests me and I read like 2 chapters and go, no, that's not for me. There's nothing wrong with that. And that book just got an extra circulation through the library, and so it may stay on the shelves longer for someone who does want to read it. Next, I have Harlem After Midnight. This is a detective story set in the 1920s as well. No, 1936, excuse me. Set in 1936, so another historical thriller kind of book vibes. I know it's a detective story because the first one I didn't realize it. Again, this cover caught me off the shelf, and so I thought, why not? This may be what I go with. And then the one I picked up from the library the other day that I started page 1 as I was walking out of the library, like grinning ear to ear, and that is the Merciless Ones, which is the sequel to the Gilded Ones. My library did not have book 2 and 3. They had book 1, which I read and loved, and so I requested book 2 and 3 thinking it would take them a couple weeks. It took them less than a week. They ordered, and now I have this one and the third one in my home. So I'm excited. I have this. So really, I think if I'm being honest in all of this, it's between really these two, but I wanted to give the blue one a chance before I picked up one of these, because I know I'm going to want to live. And like, if I pick up this, I'm going to want to live in this world. I'm going to go to book 3 immediately after finishing this one. If I go here, I know I'm going to go pick up the first one probably if I enjoy this. So, and this is 2 books where this one is just the one. So we will see what I end up picking up. I have all of this. I have my alcohol. I have tissues. And I have my bed, and I'm quite content. It's not even 7 o'clock yet, guys. Like, literally, I'm talking to y'all. It's not 7 o'clock yet. So, yeah, I'm calling it a night. I feel like garbage, but this is the life I live. Also, on top of everything, watching Smile, because my little one also has been throwing up. I went to work today because my younger sister is off, so she kept my daughter for me. My mom can't take her to work with her when she's sick, and usually I just have to take off and take the chance and all that, but today my sister's off, so luckily for me, she was able to go with my sister. She threw up once today according to my sister, and she's been fine the rest of the day. She said she hadn't really ate or drank much, so that could be it. Tonight she's acting like she feels fine. She's still not really eating, which if my tummy hurt I wouldn't eat either, but that's another layer to this, is my kiddo also does not feel good. So yeah, this is just yay. But I will check in with y'all probably tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow on my lunch break. It'll depend. Today I went out for my lunch break and just sat and ate in my car, and then came right back into the office because it was too hot. I had a pair of jeans on. I had skinny jeans on and like a t-shirt, like a long sleeve t-shirt that I had rolled up to my elbows, and I just was sweating and couldn't do it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn on Bones, get some reading done, and I will see y'all in the morning. Okay guys, so it is now Monday night. I'm wrapping this up because I forgot to wrap it up on Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, don't remember what happened. This vlog is 45 minutes long, so you're welcome. I'm currently reading The Mayor of Maxwell Street. I'm intrigued. So far I'm only like 30 pages into it. Those are my famous last words, by the way. I'm starting to realize that's going to be that should be on my headstone, because your girl's always 30 pages through something. I get to the first 30 pages and get bored. That's not going to happen here. So far we've heard about Blue-Eyed, I'm trying to remember his name. The Ballad of Jimmy Blue Eyes. This is set in the South in the 1920s. So Jimmy gets approached by the white man's granddaughter he's been working for, and she decides that she wants to lose her virginity to him because he is light-skinned, he's handsome, and Jimmy's like, no, I'm not fucking touching you. Have you lost your goddamn mind? And she goes, fuck you, get out of the car. And he gets out of the car, she drives off, and of course her brother and grandfather show up to burn down the house and attack him. He runs off into the night. His uncle is in the house. He is blind. He's old and blind. He's like, go. He's like, but they might kill you. He's like, man, I've done it all. I've been there, done it. I'm fine. It's fine. I have lived my life. Let me let you live yours. And basically he's like, you did the stupid thing. You should have just done it. And Jimmy's like, fuck no. Have you lost your mind? If I had done it, I would have been in more trouble than I am now. And he's like, no one's ever going to believe you didn't touch that white girl. So then we meet Nellie is her name. Am I right? Yes. Nellie, we meet Nellie at her brother's funeral. Her family is she puts it in quotations. She's like the richest black people in America or in Chicago. The wealthiest Negro in America is what they call her father. Her brother was said to inherit, obviously, the business and everything. And now it's up to Nellie, and Nellie doesn't fucking want it. She does not want to play the politics. She does not want it at all. She just wants to be left the fuck alone. She's at her brother's funeral and realizes that everyone there basically is just there for what they can get out of it. To be seen, to be, out and about. She gets to talking with one girl, and she's like, "Did you know my brother?" And she's like, "No, I knew of him." And it's like, then why the fuck are you at his funeral? Like, you didn't know him, but yet you're at his funeral. Make it make sense, baby Jesus. And that's kind of where we're at right now. She's just walked off. She saw this handsome man across the way, and now he has decided to talk to her, and I'm intrigued. So there's that. I have not picked up anything else. Actually, that's a lie. I have. So let's talk about it. I have read... Why can't I remember what I read before Hidden Figures? It's not there. I finished a Freida McFadden that didn't stick with me. Locked Door. It wasn't my favorite. I think I gave it like 3 stars on Storygraph. Was not my favorite. Obviously, it wasn't rememberable because here we are. Then I read Hidden Figures. And that one, let me just say, the movie makes it seem like it's something it's not. For me, the movie I thought was fiction. And just the way the story is told felt fictional to me. Well, it's not. Which obviously if you did more research than I did, you know that. It's not, and the book is so much more technical and brilliant and interesting, and she talks about more than just our main 3. Like, it goes into detail. It's so good. 5 stars. I finished it today. And then I started a cozy mystery series. I read the first one. It was only like half an hour long. About Agatha, and she basically like trips up into solving a murder. And now I'm reading the second one. She's a middle-aged woman in this one. It's book 5 in the series because my library didn't have any more. In cozy mysteries, you don't have to read them in order. She's a middle-aged woman, and I'm a little annoyed because she just keeps talking about her body and how being a middle-aged woman is so hard and all of this. I'm just like, can you not just enjoy life, please? And thank you. And say you enjoy life. That'd be great. But I'm reading that. And I'm trying to get that done tonight because Touch of Chaos comes out tomorrow by Scarlett St. Clair, which is the final in the Hades and Persephone series, and I want to read that bad. I'm figuring once I finish Touch of Chaos, I'm going to want to start over and read the Hades side of it because I never have. I just read Persephone's. So, that's where I'm at. I have a couple more nonfiction on my shelf. How Not to Be an Anti-Racist. That's the one that's popping up. I have another one, though. Oh, the Remarkable Life of Henrietta Locke? Question mark? I think that's the title. I know it's Henrietta Locke. If you don't know about her, she actually had her cells of her ovarian cancer stolen, and her cells are what gave us most of our medicine. When they did testing and stuff for drugs, it's Henrietta they're testing on. They did this without telling her family, without telling her, without paying her, without giving her any kind of credit. And it wasn't until, I want to say like 2013 or something, this happened in like the 20s or the 50s or something like that, that her family understood what happened to her and what happened and how they were owed all of this. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I hope you'll enjoy this. I know it's a little long, and I apologize. I'm a long-winded woman. I will see y'all in my next one because there will be a next one. And yeah, bye guys.